Wake up, Philadelphia! The ground is shifting beneath the Lincoln Financial Field, and if you aren't paying close attention, you are going to miss the earthquake that is about to reshape our defense. We are talking about a fundamental transformation of the Eagles' identity. From the coaching staff making strategic moves for 2026 to the players who bleed green walking away, the decisions being made right now are critical. Sources are buzzing, the wire is hot, and we have major departures and arrivals that signal a new era. This isn't just news, this is the future of the Birds on the line.
Let's get straight to the facts, because this is a strategic acquisition that screams precision and future planning. Sources confirm that the Philadelphia Eagles are finalizing a deal to bring in Mike Pellegrino as the new defensive backs coach. This move is a direct part of a larger, calculated restructuring of the defensive coaching staff as the organization looks ahead to the 2026 season. Pellegrino is coming in to take command of the secondary, a unit that has been under the microscope, scrutinized, and frankly, criticized for lack of consistency. When you bring in a guy like Pellegrino, you are not just hiring a coach, you are hiring a philosophy. You are hiring someone to instill discipline, technique, and a relentless pursuit of the football. But let me tell you what this really means, Philadelphia. This is the front office looking at the product on the field and saying it is not good enough. You don't restructure a defensive staff if you are satisfied. You don't bring in new blood if you think the communication in the secondary is elite. No, you make this move because you need results. The defensive backfield is the last line of defense. If they fail, the scoreboard lights up. It is that simple. Pellegrino is walking into a pressure cooker, and he knows it. The expectation in this city is not mediocrity, it is excellence. We need corners who can lock down receivers on an island. We need safeties who can read the quarterback's eyes and make plays on the ball. We need a secondary that strikes fear into the hearts of opposing offenses, not one that gives up third and longs like they're handing out candy on Halloween. This hiring of Mike Pellegrino is a signal that the evaluation process is over and the execution phase has begun. The Eagles are trying to build a sustainable, dominant defense for 2026, and it starts with coaching. It starts with the details. It starts with accountability. I want to see how the players respond to this. A new voice in the room changes the energy. It changes the hierarchy. Every defensive back on this roster is now on notice. Your past performance, it doesn't matter. There is a new sheriff in town, and his name is Mike Pellegrino. This is a business of production, and if this secondary doesn't tighten up, there will be more changes coming. The front office is proactive, they are aggressive, and they are trying to fix the leaks before the ship takes on water. This is a solid strategic move, but let's be clear, the honeymoon period for coaches in Philadelphia is short. He needs to get results, and he needs to get them fast.
Listen, the offseason moves fast, and the rumors move even faster. If you want the raw truth, the inside scoop, and the passionate analysis on the Eagles before anyone else, hit that subscribe button right now. Don't be the last to know. Now, we have to pivot to a somber note, but a reality that hits hard in the National Football League. Shawn Bradley, a man who wore that midnight green with pride, has officially announced his retirement from professional football. He took to his social media channels to break the news to the fan base, confirming his decision to hang up the cleats. Bradley, who has been a part of the Philadelphia fabric, is ending his career earlier than many might have anticipated. When we talk about the NFL, we often say it stands for not for long, and today that acronym feels heavy. This is a young man making a life decision, prioritizing his future beyond the gridiron, and we have to respect that. However, let's look at this with the intensity the situation deserves. This game is brutal. It is violent. It takes a toll on the body and the mind that 99% of the population will never understand. Shawn Bradley gave everything he had to this organization. Whether it was on special teams, flying down the field like a missile, or stepping in at linebacker when his number was called, he showed up. But his departure leaves a void. It reminds us of the fragility of roster depth. You think you have guys, you think you have stability, and then, boom, retirement. Just like that, a locker is empty. Just like that, the coaching staff has to scramble to find the next man up. This retirement forces the Eagles to look in the mirror regarding their linebacker depth. We often overlook the guys who aren't the superstars, the guys who do the dirty work in the trenches and on kickoff coverage. But when they are gone, you feel it. You feel it in practice. You feel it in the preseason. You feel it when injuries pile up in Week 14. Shawn Bradley is a local guy, a tough guy, and seeing him walk away is a wake-up call. It is a reminder that this window to win is always closing for someone. For Bradley, the window has closed on his playing career. For the Eagles, it opens a question mark on the depth chart. We wish him nothing but the best,
absolutely nothing but success in his next chapter. But for the team remaining, the message is clear. The game waits for no one. The grind continues. The next player must step up, fill those shoes, and bring that same intensity. We salute you, Sean Bradley, for your service to the team. But now, the front office has another hole to fill, another puzzle piece to find in this never-ending quest to build a Super Bowl roster. The attrition of this sport is undefeated, and today, it claimed another career.
If Bradley leaving is about the past, this next story is a siren blaring about the immediate future, and it is alarming. We are talking about Nakobe Dean. Sources indicate that the linebacker, who is set to become an unrestricted free agent this March, may have played his last snap for the Philadelphia Eagles. Let that sink in for a moment. The expectation right now, according to multiple analysts and whispers from within the league, is that his return depends entirely on the market. And frankly, analysts believe his departure is probable. The Eagles are prepared to let the market dictate his value, and that usually means one thing: goodbye. Are you kidding me? We are talking about a guy who was supposed to be the steal of the draft, the Georgia Bulldog, the leader, the field general. And now we are sitting here talking about him walking out the door in free agency? This is a massive indictment on the developmental process or a strict adherence to a financial philosophy that refuses to overpay for the linebacker position. But here's the problem. Who is left? We just discussed Sean Bradley retiring. Now we are discussing Nakobe Dean potentially leaving. The middle of that defense is looking like a ghost town. You cannot play defense in the NFL without linebackers who can run, hit, and lead. If Dean walks, it puts immense pressure on Howie Roseman to be perfect in the draft or free agency. This is the business of football showing its cold, hard face. Dean is looking for his second contract. He wants security. The Eagles are looking at the salary cap and the production value. If the numbers don't match, the player walks. It is that cut and dry. But emotionally, it is frustrating. We invested time, we invested hope, and we invested snaps in developing Nakobe Dean. To see him potentially flourish in another uniform next season is a pill that will be very hard to swallow for this fan base. The clock is ticking towards March. The negotiation window is approaching. If the Eagles don't step up with a competitive offer, or if they truly believe they can find better value elsewhere, then we are witnessing the end of the Nakobe Dean era in Philadelphia. This is a critical decision. You let talent walk, you better replace it with something better. If they let him go and the replacement struggles, the fans will never let the front office forget it. The tension is high, the stakes are higher, and the linebacker room is on the verge of a total collapse if moves aren't made soon.
This is a watershed moment for the Philadelphia defense. We are bringing in a new architect for the secondary in Pellegrino, but we are watching the foundation of the linebacker core crumble before our eyes, with Bradley retiring and Dean likely walking out the door. Howie Roseman and the front office are officially on the clock. You cannot rebuild a championship defense with empty lockers and question marks. My question to you is simple. With Dean likely gone and the secondary under new management, do you trust this front office to fix the defense in one offseason? Or are we looking at a disaster waiting to happen? Let me know in the comments. We are in this together, Philadelphia. Fly, Eagles, fly.